This is tape number 14-976-2, Wednesday, 3:45 p.m. and 5 p.m., September the 15th, 1976, Tinker Mountain Motel, Roanoke, Virginia. Session 2, Dr. Reams continues his instructions on cause and effects, problems and patterns of theory of ionization.
Have your attention, please. This is an announcement about the university. The name of the university is St. Luke's Interfaith University. We're going to pass out to you some application blanks. If you know of anyone between now and January the 1st that wishes to take postgraduate work, this is not undergraduate work, for credit in the university, they may come on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and get this postgraduate work. We will discuss it just a little bit more in just a moment, but also you may bring along with you or send to the class on the weekend persons that need to learn to do laboratory testing for a doctor. And if you want to get this, you may get this on the weekends, laboratory testing. And it will be you will get 10 hours credit for each weekend, 5 days on Saturday and 5 days on Sunday. It will be a 2-month course in postgraduate work. Right here, this is the university. The undergraduate work will start in January for those students and people who want to take naturopathic or homeopathic work, or both. And here is Dr. Lester that will tell you more about the course. Dr. Lester is president of the university. Dr. Lester, give him a good hand.
Thank you. Dr. Reams has covered the subject pretty well. I'll go on it a little bit further. Everyone that has taken the courses up to now, if you will hand in a slip of paper with your name the way you want it on a certificate, you'll be granted a certificate for each phase of the work that you've completed. That's your problem. If you put it down right, we'll get it right.
If we can read it.
Right, if we can read it. Now, those of you that have handwriting that only a pharmacist can decipher, use a typewriter or get a friend so that we'll be sure and get your name right. As Dr. Reams pointed out, we have 2 phases of the university function. One is postgraduate, to give additional training in upper division level to people that already have doctorate degrees in one or more branches of the healing arts. This will be offered in botanical medicine, homeopathic medicine, advanced obstetrics, gynecology, and so on and so forth. But to enroll in that type of class, you have to be a doctor already. Now, the undergraduate courses will start from scratch. The prerequisites, of course, will be what's usually required in this, and you will matriculate in either a school of naturopathic medicine, school of chiropractic medicine, or a school of homeopathic medicine. You'll indicate that on your application. We'll have the applications available. You can take one or more of them, and you can fill it out and leave it here, or you can mail it in or give it to someone that's interested, or whatever. Do we have any questions on this?
Do you have any written information concerning each specific...
The college bulletin, unfortunately, they didn't have it finished for me to bring them here today. But everyone will be mailed a college bulletin if they indicate that they would like to have one.
What date in January will it be?
Probably around the 15th. It will be a usual spring semester type thing. The undergraduate work is full-time residency work. The postgraduate work will be scheduled on weekends or whatever is convenient for the group of doctors involved. So, well, we just send them around, and we'll have some volunteers if you like, and as long as we get them up here. This hasn't been entirely formulated yet, but it'll be commensurate with a work of this nature in the average university or college.
How do these courses in the BTI series relate to this college right now?
As of now, everything that you've done so far, you're going to get credit for it. You're going to have certificates for it, and you'll have something that recognizes your work.
But it's not part of the undergraduate program?
No, it's not. This is definitely a different thing. Definitely is. We couldn't be up here telling you this if we hadn't completed all of the legal requirements. Okay. Any other questions? Perhaps we weren't very clear on this, but the application has a space on it that you can indicate whether you would like to matriculate in postgraduate work or undergraduate work. And you can indicate on the application which one you intend to pursue.
Explain the course and the first one's going to be doing about the homeopathic.
It states that on your application there.
What about our third session in January?
Well, we presume that the ones that are enrolled in this will indicate whether or not they're going to matriculate as an undergraduate, and we'll have to incorporate this some way or another for them if they're matriculated as an undergraduate student in one of the major branches of healing. Now, this course will be integrated into the course in naturopathic medicine. In other words, if a person matriculates as a candidate for the degree of NMD, naturopathic medical doctor, this course will be incorporated on a much condensed level in this course.
Yes, I still follow. In other words, for any of us to take session 3, we all have to fill out an application for this university?
You don't have to, but we'd sure like to have it. You're not, the people that have been accepted for training under this program that you're in right now, we can't go back and require that you fill out an application, but we'd like to have one on file. And it's just a formality, and we would appreciate it. But you don't have to if you don't want to. The only ones that we require an application from are the ones that are interested in the postgraduate course or the undergraduate course in the healing arts.
But we don't have a doctor's degree, then what do we do?
It won't affect this course you're taking now at all.
But it will not be eligible for the postgraduate.
No, you can't take postgraduate. The postgraduate work that we offer here is an area of specialization, more or less, and the people are just not equipped, unless they have previous education, are not equipped to assimilate the knowledge.
Well, you wouldn't be able to use it if you had it.
No, right. Anyone else? Degree work will be, all of the subjects are laid down by the accrediting councils in that discipline. We have very little choice there except in electives. They have requirements for that, and we follow those very closely. And we're all familiar with them. It's a complete course of that branch of medicine. Now, in the postgraduate work, we have a very thorough, condensed course in the subject that we're presenting.
In order to get in January to the undergraduate work, you must have finished junior college, 2 years of college for undergraduate work. I don't believe that we are covering the first 2 years, are we?
No. Let me elaborate on that a little bit. I took it for granted when I said that we followed the course of laid down, or the requirements laid down by the national accrediting councils for the different branches of medicine that, well, I just took it for granted that you knew about it, but you don't. Now, all of the major branches of the healing arts require 2 years of pre-med or pre-scientific science training, certain subjects that are required, and which are the average person that has fairly recent college training usually can qualify for that, but it will have to be evaluated. But we don't teach in the undergraduate level. We don't teach any more inorganic or organic chemistry. That is presumed. It is presumed that you have that when you matriculate. We do teach biochemistry, but not the other two. So you have to have so many units of chemistry before you can. That's one of the important subjects that you have as a pre-requirement. Who doesn't teach chemistry, right? Well, once you have the background in chemistry where you know what is right or wrong, we'll teach you the right way.
Teach you how to use what you get in there. There's a lot of it that is right. There's a lot of it that there's a better way of figuring energy on. So get it the way they want, and if you want to make straight A's, say it the way the book says it. Many times I disagreed with the book, but I wanted a straight A, so I wrote what the book said, or better still, what the professor said. Now we're going to have Laverne explain to you something about the eyes, and have her come in and we'll discuss the eyes. But in the meantime, I have a question here. It says this: how can you distinguish the cause of intraocular pressure increase from glaucoma or high sugar? One is just the first grade before the other one takes place. In other words, the pressure just hasn't risen high enough yet to be called glaucoma, but it is in the making. So it's just an early stage of glaucoma is all it is. It's all the same principle, but just the pressure hasn't risen high enough to measure on the instruments. A little later in the course, you're going to find what causes tissues, some of them to stretch more than others, and why some of them don't stretch, why some rupture and why some don't rupture. And this will explain to you fully and in more detail than what I have said just now. But that is a good question for a later course, but we do not have time to go into an hour and a half or 2 hour discussion of that subject and show you why at this time, because actually you wouldn't understand it until we begin to put the molecular structure of the cells together in the eye. Is Laverne here?
No, I couldn't find it.
Up on the screen, and where now? Oh, here we are. Let's turn the lights out. There's a right eye. Can you see that? Except, can you give me one look in the other direction first?
Looking to the left first?
Yes. Give me the one looking to the left first. Give me the one looking to the left first. No, I meant the other eye, not the eye. Now, there you are. Can you in the back see this line coming up through here? Can you see this line? And can you see this line coming through here? All right, now, each...
Shut the door. Shut the side light.
Now, can you see that the middle numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 would come right through here? Can you see that? So there you would have 2 and 3, and 4, and it just stops at 4. I wouldn't call 4, and then 5 would be blank, and no, 5 would be in here. You'd have 5. You'd have 2, 3, and 5 here. Do you see that? And it would not be a plus. Do you see that? What's that?
Another picture that shows mine's better.
Well, 5. And then up in here, I can't see it well enough to think and talk to.
It's easier to see if you're more exaggerated.
Yes, and I can't even see the fork. I can only see this line coming right through here. I cannot see it well enough to describe it.
Is the plus the amount of cellular debris the organ is throwing off?
It is the dilation of the blood vessel. And why it follows in certain channels, I don't know. And some people, and others it doesn't. Other times it's scattered through all the blood vessels. The whole eye looks bloodshot. One of them looks just as dark as the other. So these are marks that you need to just put the square down. For instance, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 would be here.
7 through 12?
7 through 12 on this side, yes. This is the... No. So this is 1 through... This is 7 through 12 on this eye. Yeah, this is 7 through 12 on this side. No, all I'm showing you, honey, is the block. I'm not showing you the lines. I'm only showing you where the blocks are. Okay? Now, that would be touching in 7 and 8. And then 10, 11, and 12 would be clear. And it would be 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24 here. And then, I can't see. Then there's a little one goes up in here. And that would be 28. That would be in just 28 only there. Just in 28. And then down in here would be, let's see, 12, 24, 30, 36. It would be 38, 39, and 40, 41, and 42 here. And I don't see any more in there. Is there any more down in here?
No.
I don't see. Okay, that would be the numbers.
How would it appear on the card?
Like I called them out just now. Only thing about it,
Plus, minus what?
this line would be plus here. This one would not be plus. You see, it's got to be very predominating, very exaggerated, in order to call it a plus.
In your interpretation, what is the difference in a plus? Did you give that
Twice the amount.
Twice the amount?
Yes.
Would you mark,
Or more.
would you mark any difference because the variation in color there, where the line coming vertically through the middle, you can see it's blue to the left of that and white to the right?
The direction doesn't make any difference.
The variation in color, would that be a lot?
Only the darker red. The darker the red. The darker the red is all you go by.
I'm not talking about the vein.
This is what he's talking about. There's a little red hue to this because of the inflammation here that is not
Well,
over here.
I don't see this. Yes, if there's a light red hue in here,
It's a hue, but it's not lines. It's more like
it doesn't have to be lines. If it's a red hue, is that it right there?
Yeah.
I barely can see it at this angle now. Yes, you would include that red hue, all the numbers in that red hue. Yes. No, that's not bad. I'd call it minus, all that minus. Because unless it was very predominating, that would be minus there. I believe there's a little bit of a hue right here. Okay, I can't see the difference. I don't know what happened to the... Now let's look at the other side of the eye.
Would you write on the board the numbers and how you would lay them out on the board?
They're already up there.
Now, you see right here, here you've got 1, 2, and 3, and this is pluses over here. 1, 2, and 3. But this eye needs to be, I want it clear over.
This is the straight view.
I want it turned further over to the,
When you say twice as much,
yeah,
Now,
yes.
here's the red hue.
Yeah, this is the red here and here. Now this is plus here. 1, 2, 3, and I don't think 4 is touches. Just 1, 2, 3, and 13, and 14, and 19, and then it would be 42 and 43.
Now, here's one that goes over to here.
Yes, yeah, that would be 42 and 43 here. 31 and 32, yes. 31, 32. 43 would be down here. Let's see, no, 42, that would be, this would be covered in this line right here, I believe. this distance I can see, but when I walk closer, it's out of my range completely. I can't see it when I get close. But that's definitely, no, if I do, I can't see. This is definitely plus right through here. This is plus.
And this one would be plus?
That one would be plus, yes. Can you see?
These up here would not be plus.
No, that would not be plus. I can't even see those. It would be minus. If you can see them like little fine pin lines, then that's minus. Yes, you read them, but you just don't mark them plus. Yes. Yes.
You mark any that you can see fairly well, and then just write them down, and the ones that are real predominant, you put plus.
That's right. And if it's a blotch, you put a B by it. If it's a blotch like a penny, a little penny or a little bead of blood in there, you put a B by it, a blotch.
Now this wouldn't be a B?
No, that would not be a B. That's not a blotch. That's not a blotch. B is a blotch whenever it looks like there's a BB size. Yes, yes. This one we've already had. Let's see another eye.
No, the next one.
Now look at this one. Now, this is exaggerated here, and this is all pluses in here. There's a little spot right in there that's not any, and right now, if I was reading this eye, I would just pick out the 3 little spots that didn't have any in it, and mark the rest. Okay?
Right here, right through here.
And they're plus on all the others. So there is that's a plus right in here. This is a plus right here. It's a plus circle like this from where I'm looking at it. Yes, it does touch the iris. Yes, it does touch the iris. Come over here and look at it, and you'll see it.
It's different on a different side. Yes, here you can see it coming.
It's exaggerated. Yes, it touches the iris there. Yes.
Now,
Dr. Reeves, are you reading
Yes.
one going through 56 and 43?
Yes.
Thank you. There's no area in there you categorize blotch?
No blots there. No blots there. No blots. Let's see the other side now of this eye.
this being real crinkly, does that have any...
Don't have anything to do with it. Now look at this eye. Now this one is all covered. All of the numbers in this one.
Dr. Reeves, there's
Yes.
a car leaving for the airport in 5 minutes. A car leaving for the airport in 5 minutes.
Well, let it go.
Well, there's supposed to be an announcement.
Oh, there's a car leaving for the airport in 5 minutes. Okay? So you see this whole, all these numbers. It would be 7 through 12, and 13 through 18, and 28, 29, and 30, and 48 through 54, and 58, 59, and 60.
Now, do these right in here, are they strong enough?
Yes, but they're minus right there. Yeah, these are all strong. These are all strong. Okay? You see when they're exaggerated, what they look like. Is there another eye?
There's another one there. I have several.
Let's see the other one. That's sorry now. Now, do you see how these read here? Is this the same eye as we looked at before on the different stuff? There's a distinct blotch right there, right in the middle of this one. Let's see, we're looking the wrong way in this one for the first time.
Looking at the right.
I know, we ought to be looking this way first, because this is a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And this is
7, 8, B. This is the same person. Here's the right eye, and that's the left eye.
Yeah.
That's a different one.
Yeah.
That's one that's
Okay.
Dr. Reeves,
Yes.
that blotch on that eye would be marked 6 or 7, 8, 9, and then put a B by each one of those numbers.
This little blotches is only reflections of light here.
This blotch he's talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. Oh, yes. I'd put a plus on that.
If you put, the question is,
No, it's not a blotch. No, it's not a blotch.
Just the concentration of that.
Just plus. That's just a plus there, yes. Just a plus there, yes.
Can you briefly tell us what it says, what it tells you?
It tells you whether or not the body is cooperating with you or not. It shows that nature is trying to throw out the delta cells or the omega cells. Now, you can find people sometimes dying with cancer, and their eyes are crystal clear, nothing wrong. Nature is not cooperating with you. The cell is taking in everything and giving out nothing. Also, you can find people with Dead Sea tumors in their brain or some other place in their system, and they take in everything and give off nothing, and yet have eyes crystal clear. This is what we want to know. If they're all bloodshot, it means that all numbers are involved, and if it's very bad bloodshot, it means that you put a plus by every number. I know nothing about irisology. This is not irisology.
Physiological. Does that mean the body is throwing it off, or the body is holding it?
The body is holding it, trying to throw it off. If they drank enough water and had the right diet, it would cooperate, or probably would cooperate.
When they go on a fast and throw this into the system, is that when that's going
No,
to
sometimes it does, but generally it starts clearing it up when they drink the right amount of water. It's generally a red light sign saying you're out of water. You're running a hot box. Yes.
A block that covers a rather large area. The 9 numbers are in the field. So you say it's a 1B, 2B, 3B?
No, blotches are not like that. Blotches look like a little bead. A little bead, or...
area, a raised area.
It could be or couldn't be. A blotch, it looks like a little bead. See that white dot like that? There? If that was red, that would be a blotch. You see?
That wouldn't cover more than one area.
It generally doesn't. No, it's only a part of one area, generally. A blotch. It does not cover a whole area very much.
What are the yellowy, creamy colored blacks?
Not on that eye.
You can see by this eye, though, there's a little glaucoma there. By looking at the eye, there's a small amount of glaucoma there. It may not yet be high enough to register on the scope for glaucoma. Also, remember this, that when eyes are pear-shaped or bulging, it means that there's pressure on the back of the ball from inside of the cranium, generally denoting a brain tumor. And that's about all you can tell about it. And then it's generally the opposite side. If the tumor would be on the left side of the brain, it would put pressure on the right eye. If it's on the right side, it would put pressure on the left eye. Because if you ever played pool, you'd understand it.
How can you tell this white amount of glaucoma?
Well, the eyeball is enlarged. And if you were standing up here where I'm standing, you could see that the tightness of the eyeball is above normal.
Is that a pterygium on the right eye?
It looks like it, yes.
Would it be a goiter?
No, you don't have goiters in the eyes. I'm not in irisology. I'm not in irisology at all. I'm not dealing in that. Yes. Yes, in fact, many times the eyes will come perfectly clear before the numbers get perfect. Before the numbers get perfect, yes.
If a B blotch is between two areas of numbers, like 8 and 9, or 41 and 42, do you put both of those numbers if it's about in between, or do you have to select one or the other?
I'd select one or the other, unless it was an unusually large one. Okay? Now, I can't say anything hard about eye numbers. It's the easiest thing in the world to say. Sir? No.